Nick the Tech Guru here again. I am just going to go over the recently released Verizon share plans that was announced today. Basically, everything that Verizon did in this plan revolves around data. They basically give you unlimited voice, which is, minutes. You no longer have to count that, and unlimited text messages, which was pretty much unlimited on most people's plans, which is nice. But now everybody on the plan that you are on will share the data if you choose to switch to this. First, I want to start off by saying current customers are not forced to go to this new plan, which is extremely nice because it doesn't fit everybody's lifestyle. Also, new customers will be forced into this after June 28th, I believe is the date. So keep that in your mind. You may want to jump on the bandwagon now if you're going to switch to Verizon before these go into place. So one other note I'd like to mention is if you are, when this does go into effect and you are an unlimited data holder right now, when you upgrade your phone, you will have the option to keep your unlimited data, but you will have to pay full price, retail price for your phone, which for an Android phone or an iPhone is about $650. If you don't want your unlimited data anymore, you aren't forced to switch to the shared data plan that they announced today. You can get migrated down to the 2 gigabytes, which isn't all that bad of a deal if you don't want to switch to the family share plan that they released. So I do want to make sure you guys are all aware of that. Basically, what Verizon did is give everybody unlimited voice and texting, and made everybody share their data for their account. So say you have 5 phones on your plan, everybody shares the data amount that you selected. So I'm just going to run down the list here real quick. 1 gigabyte is $50, 2 gigabytes is $60, 4 gigabytes is $70, 6 gigs is $80, 8 gigs is $90, and it maxes out at 10 gigs for $100, which for me, that's what I'm going to be selecting. So say you have 5 lines and all of them are smartphones and you want the 10 gigabyte shared data. Each smartphone has to pay an access fee of $40. So you got $40 times 5, and then on top of that you have the shared data, which is an extra $100. So before this plan was announced, your only option was you had to get a $30 data plan on top of each smartphone that you had. So the first line, for example, we have 1,400 minutes and some of the other features. And say, for example, if I had all smartphones on the plan, and besides the first phone, everything after the first phone, I believe is an extra $12. And so it wasn't that bad of a deal if you wanted extra phones that weren't smartphones because you didn't have to get the data with them. But if you want the smartphones now, you are basically looking at an extra $40 for each smartphone, just for the access. Where before, if you were to add another smartphone, it was just $12 for the phone, and then $30 for the data. So, if you're a data intensive person, you're pretty much getting screwed over in these new plans, just because they're forcing everybody to share their data, and 10 gigabytes is not that much if you have pretty data intensive users on your plan. So you're basically gonna have to use Wi-Fi at your house. I know many people are in the LTE network because Verizon is ever expanding, and that is usually like twice as fast as your home internet. At least for me anyways, it's like 10 times as fast as my DSL. So I particularly like LTE, and I am not going to be switching to the share everything plan unless I'm forced to later down the road. So Bill wise, my bill's not going to go up that much more. We have 3 smartphones, all unlimited data, and then 2 just basic phones, and it comes out to about the same price. It's a little more after taxes, probably $5 more, which is that big of a deal. But some positives that come out of this is that you can use the mobile hotspot feature now for free. There is no charge for that. It used to have like an extra $20 or $30 charge just for that on top of your data plan. So that is nice that that's now included. You also can add up to on your plan. You can have up to 10 devices. So you can have tablets or netbooks, iPads, that have Verizon Wireless built in. You can add those to your plan that will share your data. So that is always nice. You don't have to have a separate plan. This change caters to the families and households that have a lot of electronics that are Verizon Wireless enabled. That have a lot of smartphones being used, because it does bring down the price overall. It does screw over anybody that just wants a basic phone and limited data. Say just an individual user coming to Verizon. Basically, Verizon just catering to family plans and people with many users, because that's pretty much where they get most of their money. They lock in a bunch of different lines for 2 years, and then they're set. They have plenty of income coming in, whereas they don't have to worry about somebody hopping out later on. Later on down the road, they're know for sure they got somebody locked in for 2 years paying a ton of money. So just want to go over some last final details. If you have a smartphone, the monthly access fee is $40. I mentioned that. Basic phones, which is anything that isn't classified as a smartphone, is $30. The Jetpack netbooks, notebooks, USB sticks that access the Verizon network is $20, and iPads and tablets are $10. So this basically just are fees that allow you to, for the phone, basic phone, just allows you to, add it to your plan and to get that unlimited minutes and text messages. The tablets, all it is just, to add it onto your plan and allow you to share the gigabytes. So the only thing I wish they would change is they should have larger data plans, because 10 gigabytes with 5 devices, you can have this up to 10 devices. So 10 gigabytes just isn't going to cut it, because once you go over the overage, you are charged $15 per gigabyte, which is just outrageous, and Verizon's going to be banking on that, because I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people that go over their data limit. And so you're just going to have to be careful, watch your, monitor your data usage, and you'll be fine. Just use Wi-Fi, when you're at home, because, that's pretty much where most of cell phones, use up most of the data, is when you're at home. Sometimes you just don't want to connect to your wireless and you just want to stream whatever. So, and one final note is, if you're a Netflix or Hulu user, you're gonna have to cut back your usage, because you're gonna hit your data limit rather quickly, and you're gonna piss off everybody else that's on your data plan. So keep that in mind. If you guys have any other further questions, feel free to shoot me a message, and I'll try to dig deeper. Because I'm pretty sure I've answered most of everybody's questions in this video. So stay tuned for what else I have coming at you guys, and it's going to be a busy summer for me. Thank you.